the depth of the self, awakening the inner power through reflective meditation. Imagine for a moment that you have the power to transform yourself from the depths of your being, to undo the shadows that have ruled your life without you realizing it, and to connect with a wisdom that has always been within you. Are you ready to explore this path? Today we will embark on a powerful practice, reflective meditation, an ancient tool that will not only help you understand your deepest psychological flaws, but also undo them once and for all. You ready for an experience that will change the way you see yourself and the world around you? Reflective meditation is a deep tool that invites you to explore your psyche, discover your most hidden psychological flaws, and transform them from their roots. Throughout this video, you will learn how to use this practice to get rid of your fears, traumas, and limitations, and begin living with greater awareness and freedom. In this journey, we will dive into meditation techniques that will allow you to observe your emotions, or thoughts, and the physical sensations that have settled in your body, and then deactivate them. Reflective meditation is the first step towards a personal awakening and a transformational change. This is the moment to leave behind what limits you and begin a new path toward your best version. Chapter 1. The inner awakening. Modern life leads us to constantly search for answers outside of ourselves. But what we forget is that the most powerful answers lie within us, in the depths of our being. Imagine that you have the ability to access that vast ocean of inner knowledge and free yourself from everything that no longer serves you. This is the power of reflective meditation. Meditation is not just a practice, it is a path to deep self-knowledge. It is an opportunity to connect with that part of you that has been asleep, waiting to be awakened. When you meditate reflectively, you are not just looking to relax, you are seeking the truth. What is within you that you need to see? What fears, beliefs, and emotions have been blocking your path? Through this meditation, you will learn to observe these aspects without judging them, but with the intention of understanding and transforming them. We often go through life without asking ourselves why we react in certain ways to situations. Why do we feel fear? Why do we get carried away by anger? Why do we feel sadness when there is no clear reason? Reflective meditation is the mirror that allows you to observe these reactions without identifying them as part of your being. It invites you to make a pause and observe, to ask yourself, why do I feel this? Where does this feeling come from? How does it connect to my history and my past experiences? As you understand these answers, you can begin to release the trapped energies that keep you imprisoned by your own emotions. And thus, little by little, you can start healing the emotional and psychological wounds that have accompanied you for years. Chapter 2. The Wisdom of Psychological Defects. One of the most powerful concepts in reflective meditation is that our psychological defects are not enemies we must eliminate, but rather teachers who show us the areas in which we still need to grow. These defects, such as anger, laziness, fear, envy, are like the weeds that grow in our inner garden. And although we often see them as something negative, they are actually indicators of areas that require our attention. Each psychological defect we experience has a cause, a root that is deeply embedded in our psyche. When you face your anger, for example, you are not just dealing with the emotion itself. You are touching an internal wound, a limiting belief that makes you react in an exaggerated way. Reflective meditation is not just about identifying the defect, but about diving deep into its origin. Ask yourself, why do I feel anger? What belief underlies this emotion? What part of me feels threatened? As you go deeper, you begin to realize that this defect is actually a protective mechanism. It's a learned behavior that has served a purpose in the past. But as you dig deeper into the root of the defect, you can start to transform it. Reflective meditation is not about eradicating these emotions and thoughts, about understanding them and disarming them from their roots. Once you understand the cause, you can dissolve the effect. These defects we often see as weaknesses, as negative traits, are actually windows to a higher understanding of the self. Each one of them holds a lesson, a piece of wisdom waiting to be uncovered. When we understand our defects, we no longer see them as something to be ashamed of or to suppress. We see them as opportunities for growth. As we meditate on our defects, it's important to approach them with curiosity and self-compassion. It's not about punishing ourselves for having these feelings, but about accepting them and understanding the deeper lessons they bring. In this way, the defects that once controlled us can become our greatest teachers. We can start transforming them into virtues, learning to be more mindful, more patient, more compassionate, and more self-aware. Chapter 3. The transformation process. When we begin practicing reflective meditation, the first step is to observe without judgment. It's not about judging our emotions or thoughts, but about seeing them with compassion and curiosity. At first, it may seem difficult not to identify with our emotions. You may feel that fear is a part of you, or that anger defines who you are. But reflective meditation teaches you to separate yourself from those thoughts and emotions, to become the observer, not the participant. The key to reflective meditation lies in how we approach defects. When you encounter a defect, such as envy or pride, do not reject it. Instead, ask deep questions. Why do I feel this envy? What void is this trying to fill? What belief about myself am I defending with this pride? By asking these questions, you begin to dismantle the energy that keeps the defect alive in your life. It's not about eliminating the emotion or thought, but about understanding it and disarming it from its root. Reflective meditation is like a detective searching for clues, an explorer wanting to understand the unknown territory of their own psyche. And as you discover these answers, you can begin to transform what once seemed like an enemy into a tool for growth. As you deepen your practice of reflective meditation, you will notice that the defects that once felt so strong, so powerful, will begin to lose their hold on you. You will no longer be controlled by fear, anger, or jealousy. These emotions will still arise, but they will no longer define you. You will see them for what they are, temporary sensations that come and go, not permanent parts of your identity. Reflective meditation helps you develop a deeper awareness of your thoughts and emotions. It gives you the space to pause and make conscious choices, rather than reacting automatically to situations. As you practice this awareness, you will start to experience more peace, more calm, and more clarity in your everyday life. Chapter 4. The Tools of Reflection. Questions and techniques throughout this video. We will learn 2 powerful tools of reflective meditation: reconstructing lived scenes and the deep questionnaire. Reconstructing lived scenes. This technique consists of recalling moments in your life where a defect manifested strongly. Maybe it was a moment of anger, maybe fear or sadness. During the meditation, I will invite you to relive these moments with the goal of observing how they manifested, what sensations and thoughts arose, and how you can start deactivating these reactions. The deep questionnaire. This is the process of asking questions about the psychological defects that arise. Questions like, why do I feel this way? What purpose does this defect serve in my life? What is it trying to teach me? These questions will guide you through a process of deepening that will disintegrate the structure of the defect. In the next chapters, we will explore even more tools for overcoming these defects. We will learn techniques to observe our thoughts from a place of neutrality without becoming attached to them. These techniques will help us clear our minds and bring us into a space of stillness and clarity, where we can listen to the deeper wisdom that resides within us. As we continue, we will also look at the role of forgiveness in the process of transformation. Many of our defects stem from past wounds, from experiences where we felt hurt or betrayed. The path to healing requires us to forgive ourselves and others for these past wounds. Forgiveness is not about excusing the wrongs that were done, but about freeing ourselves from the emotional burden that these wrongs have placed on our hearts. Chapter 5. Psychological Death and the Awakening of Consciousness. One of the most impactful aspects of reflective meditation is the concept of psychological death. As we eliminate defects, we are literally dying to a part of ourselves that no longer serves us. Psychological death is not an act of destruction, but a process of liberation. Every time we eliminate a layer of ego, we are making space for something bigger, something truer. Reflective meditation is not just a practice. It is a continuous process of awakening. Every time we eliminate a defect, we open the door to greater awareness, to a clearer vision of our true nature. It is a constant process of self-liberation, of awakening from the dream of ego. This psychological death is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time event, but a series of small deaths that allow us to shed the layers of the false self and reveal the true self. As we go through this process, we experience more peace, more clarity, and more connection to the present moment. Chapter 6. Conclusion. The journey of self-knowledge, the journey I propose to you today, is deep and challenging, but it is also liberating. Reflective meditation is the key that unlocks your inner power. Through it, you can transform your fears, heal your emotional wounds, and begin to live from a place of greater authenticity and clarity. Today, I invite you to take the first step on this path of self-discovery. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters is that you get up. Reflective meditation is a tool that will be with you every step of the way. It's guiding you to a more complete and free version of yourself. So, I encourage you to take this knowledge and put it into practice, because only when you begin to explore what's inside of you will you be able to live a truly free life. You are not alone on this journey. We are all in this together, walking towards the awakening of consciousness. And today, it's the first step towards that transformation. Before we part ways, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay connected with us. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. Remember, reflective meditation is a key to your inner power. Through it, you can transform your fears, heal your wounds, and live with greater authenticity. May you continue thriving on your path to self-awareness and personal growth. Until next time, stay curious, stay open-minded, and keep nurturing your inner self.